Let's start our warm-up. Get ready for this abs, core, and balance strength workout. This is strength. We'll be working on your ab muscles, your entire core, including your stabilizer muscles, which help improve your balance. Bring your knees up and twist. Most of the work we do on Fab and Fit over 40 and beyond is strength training, where we're building lean muscle, maintaining bone density, arms forward and back. In the process, increasing metabolism and maintaining that metabolism above, much higher above than where it would be had we not added strength training to our routine. And reach out. We do low impact cardio where we use dumbbells for resistance so you don't jump around. You protect your joints while you train your heart, the most important muscle in your body. And like today, focused ab, core, and balance workout. Arms out and in here. We have all standing options in this workout. If you would like to remain standing for the workout, grab a chair. You'll be using that in circuit 3. Otherwise, we'll be going to the mat for our final circuit. Arms up and down here. We're using dumbbells to create resistance and to throw off our balance and build strong ab and core muscles. Let's swing the arms, toes back. I'm going to stick in my light to medium range for the most part. I do have my 15s and 20s here that I may pick up depending on how I'm feeling for a couple exercises up and over. But for the most part, 5, 8s, and 10s is going to be where I will be working today. If you have options dumbbell-wise, grab them. If not, use what you have. If you don't have dumbbells, grab a couple soup cans or water bottles. That's how I started years ago and learned how to kind of work on resistance training. I'm going to start with my one dumbbell, my 8-pound dumbbell. Overhead, we're going to bring this down to a crunch and back up, alternating knees. So it's crunch, put it up. So a standing weighted crunch, rounding the back as the dumbbell comes down. Pull that belly button to your spine. Think about somebody reaching through your spine up to the front of your body and grabbing that belly button area and pulling it back towards that spine. That's how we train this rectus abdominis muscle, which is the muscle that runs up and down your core in the front. We think of it as our 6-pack, and sometimes we think, oh, there's 3 muscles there, right? It's one muscle. The way it develops when it gets strong is to get that kind of 6-pack look. All right, I think I will go with my 5s. We're going to do a press, palms facing me, pressing up. Then we'll crunch, oblique crunch one side and the other. This is a balance move, okay? You're gonna stand on one foot. Right knee's coming up first. So we press, crunch, crunch, bring the dumbbells down, press them up. Abs tight, pull them tight. Body is nice and upright, perpendicular to the floor. So we're not leaning into any of this. We're having that oblique muscle on the waistline right there. Make this move happen. And bonus, you're getting pretty shoulders. When your shoulders are nice and strong and firm and round in the right way, it makes everything look good. So we're working, if this area looks good, it comes into the entire upper body and just makes it look even better. All right, I'm going to stick with my one dumbbell. This time we were holding it like that before, right? I'm going to hold it like this. Palm is towards my ear, coming across to a bicycle crunch, out to a V position, okay? Here we go. Crunch across, out to your V. Nice rotation. Bring that knee up, twist out of the lower back here. Pull that belly button in. Pull it right here. Pull. So you can exhale, bring it in, inhale. That being said, when you breathe is not as important as if you breathe. And when we do ab work, there can be a tendency to hold your breath. Keep breathing. Breathing on the exertion right there is far less important than not holding your breath. Does that make sense? So don't hold your breath. Keep that oxygen going. If you feel like you get a rhythm where you can exhale, Inhale. Some exercises are easier than others. This one is a good one to practice on. Remember, you're in a V at that elevated arm press here. Deep breath, twist across and up. So breathe, exhale, inhale, exhale. Good. Standing abs, so effective. We think we have to be on the mat. There certainly are great ab exercises you can do on the mat, and we'll do some at the end here, but you can modify them to be standing using a chair. That works. And I know for some of us it is difficult getting up and down, and I don't want that to be a barrier to you getting a good workout. So try to give you modifications on this channel always for anything that's down on the floor. All right, moving into a wood chop. I'm going to grab a heavier weight. I've got my 10. I'm going to keep my knees real close, feet close. Knees are going to bend. We're going to twist, following our dumbbell with the eyes and up, and then switch hands, other side. We'll go back to your right first. Nice rotation. Twist. Bring it up. You're driving, almost driving through that glute, taking it back. So you're bringing the back in here. When we think core, we don't necessarily think back, but your core is both the front and back of your torso, all the way down into your glutes. So from the shoulders on down, on the back, on the front, on the sides. I'm gonna go the other side because I want to be balanced. There we go. All right, I think I'll go down to my 8-pound dumbbell. We've got a Discus double crunch. You guys like this one, and they didn't show up for a while, so here they are again. I think we had one a couple weeks ago. We're gonna swing back, bring it up, double crunch, knee crunch, and back to the swing. Ready? Here we go. Twist. Bring it up, stop your dumbbell, then crunch. Crunch. Now remember, good twist here, right here. Pull the tummy in. Working that lower ab muscle. You know the one, right? There we go. What do we do about this? Well, abs are made in the kitchen, okay? We're making the muscle here, but if you want to see them, it's all about the diet. And when I say diet, I don't mean starvation. I don't mean, eating a specific breakfast, lunch, and dinner, other than to say you want your meals to be as close to nature as possible. When you're eating fruits and vegetables that are close to nature, they've been picked right there. You bought them in the produce section, and I know that's not always an option, but you've bought them, they've got fiber, right? That fiber, you'd think that would fill you up and make you bigger, right? It doesn't. Let's go the other direction. That fiber is what keeps the hydration in your digestive tract, allowing your body to digest the food and get the nutrients from the food. And if you're eating good food, that's what we want, right? And it moves it along. So I know over 40, that can be an issue. I know it is for me. Like, we want things to keep moving. You got to keep that fiber in your diet. When we're eating the white flours and pastas and that kind of thing, that is like a sludge in your digestion, in your digestive tract. There's nothing there to move along. It's just sticky, gooey. Think about wetting some Wonder Bread, right? It's going to be slimy and gross. All right, I'm going to march big arm swings. So we're going to march with swinging arms. So up, up, pulling the tummy tight. Right arm and knee first. Here we go. So if you think about if something melts in your mouth, there's no fiber in that. There's no, you're not gonna, you know what I mean when I say fiber, right? It's chewy. When it melts in your mouth, like sugar, like white flour, pastas, they don't necessarily melt in your mouth, but it's close. That goes down into your digestion and just sticks. So first of all, your body can't absorb nutrients really as well because there's this lining of goop. So you're not getting the nutrition out of your good food. You're clogging things up. That clogs up metabolism. Your body's not functioning. If we can get our body to function, think about a car, right? You got to put good stuff in. We are on a break. you're going to put good stuff in your car, it's going to function really well. It's going to get good gas mileage, right? We got to put good food in so our body gets good gas mileage, so we live a long time, and that life that we live is a healthy one. All right, we don't want to be sick. Let's put the weight down. We don't want to live a life where we're ill, right? And I'm telling you, bad food can do that to you. We have a crossover deadlift here, so we're going to work the inner oblique, which is right in the middle between the middle ab here and the outer oblique. We'll go right arm across first. Here we go. Weight is in the heels, slight bend in your knees here. Then we go to the other side, crunch, come up. This is why I brought out the heavy dumbbells, because I'm not lifting them with my arms. I'm lifting them with my core. That is a big group of muscles, right? So we're working the back and the front of the core. You know what? I just realized we all need chairs. I know I said in the beginning, only if you're modifying, but this next exercise, we need a chair. So take a quick minute and grab a chair, okay? And then come on back. If you don't have one, we're gonna grab a light dumbbell, using our chair as if it were a bench. We're gonna do a bird dog on one side. So outside arm, outside leg, we're gonna raise. Nice flat back, come up to what would be a plank and down. Now, using the chair for balance. If you can, try this without the chair. Just gonna work more stabilizer muscles, but it's a type of exercise that you need that chair there in case you throw your balance off a little bit. Key here, hips are square. Do not lift this outside hip at all right? Hips stay square to the mat. It's the top of the square. Your mat is the bottom of the square. Working those abs, working those glutes, working that lower back and upper back. And we'll switch that up, other side. I'll make sure I'm not gonna kick my dumbbells back there. But see how you can kind of lift and try and do a little bit of balance work, but catch yourself, do not fall. It's not worth it. We are training the balance, even with a slight touch on that chair, to keep us from tipping. Bringing my back down flat. I was arching there a little bit, so I was kind of throwing myself into this like that. So I corrected my form. I want my back to be very still here. Making sure my hips are square. I'm not trying to be a rockette or anything. I'm just trying to get into this laid out plank position a little bit, right here. Yeah, good. All right. Put that dumbbell down, move my chair out of the way, and I'm going to grab a light dumbbell. Going into some windmills. One side and then the other. So first side, you're going to use your right arm up. Left hand is the front of the leg. I want you to lean forward across the toe. So down towards the toe and up. So this is not what we're doing. We're not going this way, okay? We're kind of going at that angle, crunching that lower inner oblique area. Meanwhile, this arm is working too, isn't it? Slow and controlled, slight bend in the knees, okay? We don't lock the knees here. Try and keep that dumbbell up. Glad I picked up a 5, for sure. That way I can really focus more on my form. Whoops. Gonna keep that dumbbell up. That can be hard. All right, other side. Whew. Strength work gets your heart rate up when we've got a lot of movement going on. Remember, the hand goes down the front of the leg and you lean into the front of the leg area. Here we go. This arm is going to be a little stronger, even though I'm left-handed, which looking at me, you're seeing the right over here. Left-handed, but that left shoulder is a little weak. I had rotator cuff surgery almost 25 years ago now on that shoulder. I was in a car accident where I was sitting at a red light behind another car. It was pouring rain, and I was hit from behind by a very big vehicle. And that seatbelt across here tore that rotator cuff, but I walked away from the accident, so that's a good thing. All righty, let's see where we're going here. We're going to a single-legged deadlift alternating. I got my 15s for this. Two options here. You can put one toe back, keep it on the floor, down and up, or come with me. So we're gonna go leg up, come up, all the way up. Other side, just tap the toe back. Or more advanced, you're lifting that leg and balancing. It's hard, I know. We're not going for speed here. Here's your modification, okay? Did not film a modification on this one because I want you to have that toe back. Try and get it off the floor a little bit even like that if you can. More advanced. Try and bring that leg up and back like we did with that bird dog. Ooh, a little balance right there. This balance work is so important though. I'm gonna grab an 8, hold the dumbbell on either end. We're gonna push the dumbbell up at the same time, leg comes out, and we're gonna hold for 5. Here's another balance move for you. Deep breath, keep breathing, okay? Even though we're holding the position, I'm gonna count it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Other side. Pulling that tummy in, that really helps with balance here. Have that core feel nice and strong. Whoops, there we go. Tap that toe down when you need to. That's how we train these stabilizer muscles. We're teaching them to catch us. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And last time, other side. We have a rest coming up here. One more exercise. And then we rest. All right, holding my 8-pound. I'm gonna swing this through, come up. I'm gonna lean one side, other side, okay? That's why I'm going with that lighter dumbbell, even though we're doing a swing through, because I gotta hold it up and lean with it. Ready? Here we go. Bring it all the way up, stop the dumbbell, then we lean outer oblique, other side, outer oblique. Lift with that waistline. So as you lean now here, right here, lift, waistline, think. Right, that waistline there, pull with the waistline. Make that do the work. One more? Sure, why not? We have that 45-second rest right around the corner here. There it is. Good. Okay, headed to the mat or modifiers. I'm gonna set you up with your exercise. You're gonna use a chair. You're gonna put a dumbbell on the chair and you're gonna come out in a plank. Feet nice and wide is gonna help with stabilization. Feet together make this a little more difficult. Tap the opposite head of the dumbbell. Back down, other side, okay? The rest of us, we're gonna come down into a plank and we're gonna pull a dumbbell through. So you're gonna want a medium dumbbell here. I'm gonna grab a 10. We're gonna set ourselves up in a plank with those wide stance feet. You're gonna have the dumbbell to one side. You're reaching with the opposite arm, pulling it through, and then pulling it back through. Ready? Here we go. Bring it up, nice flat back, reach through, pull across. Put the hand down, one arm plank there, reach through, hand down. This doesn't seem so hard, right, in the beginning? For me, 20 seconds in, my inner obliques really start to burn with this one. You've got a unilateral hold, and you do have the other foot down, but for the most part, you're holding on one side of the body when you reach through for the dumbbell with the other hand. And that really brings that core into play. Feel it? And good, we're done with that, yay. All right, putting my dumbbell down, we're gonna come over into a side plank position. You can be on your knees here, or you can be up high. We're gonna crunch, and then straight foot to the front, okay? Nice strong shoulder if you're up, especially if you're up off your knees, okay? So we're crunching to the side, overhead, reach for that toe. Nice and slow and controlled. And reach. Standing, you're doing this on one side. Really same movement. Just taking that side plank out. Still getting those obliques and those abs right there. It's gonna be tough for me on the other side. I think my shoulder will be a little tired. One more. Feel it? Where are you feeling it? I'll show you here. You should be feeling it right there. You should be feeling that burn. Those of you that are standing, doing it on one side, you're gonna feel it on that side. All right. Over to your other side here. Remember, you can do this on your knees. Pick what works for you. If you're really struggling with this plank, I'd rather you be on your knees because you're still getting the benefit of the plank and also the benefit of this crunch and this reach. This one's tough. Feel it? I hope. Whew. Almost there. One more. You can do it. Talking to myself here too. And reach. Whew. Okay. I don't think I had another one in me. That's good. We're going to come into a crunch and a kick. If you're standing, you're going to do a crunch and then a kick. Those of us on the mat, we're going to crunch and kick right out of the crunch, okay? Deep breath, knees are up, eyes are on the ceiling. Keep your eyes on the ceiling. Think about having a grapefruit under your chin. Head and shoulders come up, but your eyes are up. You're not pulling on your neck. You're using your hands for support. They're a basket. They're not there to pull. They're not there to pull your upper body off the mat. That's done right here. And at the end of this ab core balance workout, I really hope you're feeling your abs right about now, because I know I sure am. Feels good. I love working abs, and I know that you all do too. It doesn't mean it's easy, but we want the results, right? All right. Flipping on over. You're on the chair. You're doing this on the chair. You're using your hands on the chair in a plank. The rest of us are plank on the floor. We're going to reach up, come down, and then twist the other direction. Deep breath. Here we go. Nice and slow. Plant your hand, lifting up the other side. Now I have movement in my feet. My feet are coming over onto their side here. Similar on the standing move as well. Kind of laying on the side of my feet as I twist. Bringing the body into that side plank position from this plank position. And good. All right. Roll out those shoulders. We're going to rest those shoulders, chest muscles. I'm going to hold one dumbbell. I'm going to grab an 8. I'm going to hold it up over my chest. All right. If you're standing, you're holding this up over your head. Legs are up if you're on the mat. If you're standing, you're going to bring a leg up to meet the waist height area. So lifting up to the waist height where we're lowering and lifting. On the mat, only go as low as you can keep control of your lower back, okay? If your back is rounding up off the mat, you're going to want to adjust. You're going to want to take the feet and not go as far like that, okay? Find where you can get that contraction, where those abs jump in to hold that leg, keep it from flopping to the floor. Get that contraction, but don't risk the back to do it. All right, we are almost there. Gonna end with a bang here. I'm gonna grab a light dumbbell. I'm gonna come into a side plank on if you're on the chair, you're gonna be up on your hand. If you're on the mat, You're going to be on your elbow. We're going under and up. Ready? So it's under and up. Pull the tummy in, rotate the hips. So the front of the hip area is coming towards the mat here. That top hip is rolling over towards the front of the mat. And you should feel your obliques burn right here. We are finishing with a bang. This is a tough move anytime, but at the end of a workout, 24 exercises, yeah, this is tough. But you're tougher. We're tougher. And this time you're taking for yourself, it's so worth it because you're gonna feel good, first of all. Feel proud of yourself, you should. You're gonna have good looking muscle tone and you're gonna be stronger, which is going to increase your metabolism. And what does that mean? That means we get to eat. And who doesn't like that? What's the key though? Abs are made in the kitchen. What we eat matters. Stay away from that processed food. Stay away from things that come out of a box. Stay away from those drive-ins. Okay, I know it's convenient. I know it's easy to call 1-800-PIZZA. Sometimes it's worth, or all the time, it's worth the effort to try and take something you're doing, like the pizza, for example. How could you make that more healthy? Could you get a whole wheat crust? Could you make it at home, knowing that the ingredients are good and healthy? Little tweaks. Doesn't have to be huge. Start to make those little changes, and that will all add up. And those abs we just worked are gonna peek through. All right, whether you're standing or seated, why don't we, actually I'm gonna pop a commercial break in here. Those commercial breaks are required. So welcome back. If you had a commercial, it doesn't, just because I put an area for a break there, doesn't mean YouTube's gonna put it in there, but I want them to go in an area where they're not gonna interrupt your workout. All right, they're gonna put them in, so we might as well tell them to put them in where you're not gonna be interrupted. Here we are, round your back. Okay, looking at your toes, let your neck relax completely. Let the gravity pull the top of the head down. Feel a stretch across your shoulder blades from the tailbone area up through your lower back, all the way up to the top of your head. Take a deep breath. As you exhale, we can reverse this. You're gonna lift your head out of your neck out of your shoulders, arching in the back here, feeling a stretch down the back of the legs as well. And we're gonna round one more time, so take a deep breath. Exhale, round it. Try and go a little deeper. You might feel you've loosened up a bit here. Breathing. And roll it all the way up. We'll use our chair here for some balance. We'll cross one foot over, reach up and over. Lean into this, feeling that outer oblique stretch. The arms coming forward, try and bring it back. It's just going to deepen that stretch a little bit. Really reach. Breathe. How did you do? You're here now, so you did great. You did great. However that workout turned out for you. Let's go to the other side. Some days are better than others. Rest, hydration. What'd you do yesterday? All of that feeds into it. You know, what's your stress level? But you showed up, you stayed consistent, you did the work, you know you're worth it, you knew it. Good, let's have a seat. Thank you to everybody who's liking my videos, subscribing, leaving comments. I love your comments, pushing here. I try and keep up with them. I always answer them. I'm sorry if I get a little behind. I try not to, but you know, it happens. I'm sure it happens for you too. You get behind. Playing catch up. Stretching out that glute, which plays a lot in this type of workout. Other side. When you like, share, and comment, and subscribe, it tells YouTube you like the content. So that's helping me build this channel. The super thanks and buy me a coffee. That's certainly not expected. It's appreciated. We're putting all of that back into the channel. Someday, my goal, roll the shoulders, goal, next goal, because there's always new goals, right? Is studio space, because that would be awesome to have this all set up and be able to just go other direction. I could certainly record more videos. I didn't have to break down and set up each day that I record. I literally tear my living room apart. Deep breath in. Exhale. You all are a part of that. I appreciate it. One more deep breath in. And exhale. I appreciate you. Thank you for joining me today for this ab, core, and balance. Such important workout. I'll see you next time. Have a wonderful day or evening.